Hi folks, this is Jay Das. I am the president and a partner at Sapphire Ventures. We just led Tetrate Series B funding, and I'm looking forward to joining the board and working with JJ and Varun and the entire Tetrate team, in helping you on your journey to become a company of consequence. We believe that fundamentally in the infrastructure software area, open source invariably wins. And what we liked about Tetrate was, first and foremost, they were the founding team behind Istio at Google. Varun had worked on that, and they had also hired a lot of the committers to Istio into the company. And they actually were working on making Istio much more enterprise friendly and enable enterprises to use and deploy Istio seamlessly. What excites us most is the enterprise traction that Tetrate has. Tetrate has some really large financial institutions using it for really critical applications. The first and foremost thing they do when they have a very complicated open source project like Istio is to make it very enterprise friendly, very easy to deploy, provide a lot of service and support around it. But over time also, Tetrate Service Bridge has done a good job of actually being a bridge between the old way of deploying applications and the new way of deploying applications. And Tetrate provides a really nice bridge on people making this move from a monolithic or a VM-based application to a container-based application. And most of these applications are either a hybrid cloud application where part of your application lives on the cloud and part of the application lives on-prem, or is a multi-cloud application where parts of the application lives on maybe a Google Cloud because you can use their AI/ML function better, and part of the application lives on maybe AWS because you get a better compute pricing from AWS. When programmers or developers write their code, they actually don't always think about how hard it will be to actually deploy and manage these applications at scale. And so having something like Tetrate, which is based on Istio and also uses Envoy, actually makes life easier for the IT operations or the DevOps people to actually manage and scale these applications when deployed. They also make the developer's life really easy. Up till now, the developer actually would have to spend a lot of time thinking about how the application and the containers would talk to each other. And this is where Tetrate Service Bridge steps in, where they can get all these benefits of using a service mesh along with all the features that they need to implement in order for it to be scalable and also provide all the security features that a large enterprise would require. Open source companies all end up becoming a SaaS provider eventually. The influencers of open source, which are the early adopters of open source software, they all like to tinker and deploy these open source software themselves. But as it gets more adoption, most developers actually would rather have a service rather than having to deploy it, maintain it. So the SaaS offering becomes really critical, and that is where Tetrate Service Bridge is working on. They are going to be providing a cloud version that any developer can start using without having to go through the whole process, downloading the software, deploying it, and then managing the software over time.